Hello, and thank you again for joining me for today's tutorial. So today I'm going to teach you how to make a DIY square beaded bag handle. So I have here in so many colors. I have pink, and this is the blue one I have. I have here multicolored purple colorful one in half. I have it in halfway, not the full square, and this one is the yellow one that we are going to make today. Look at this pretty one, and these are pink and blue, very colorful. These are all beautiful handles. If you don't want to make the full one, you can make it halfway, and they all look beautiful. So I'm going to show you how to make it today. Let's get into the video. So I have here 8mm faceted bead. This bead is in 8mm. That's what I'm going to use to teach you today. I have my nylon line over here that we are going to start with. So I'm going to start my beading with 4 flower beading. I'm going to string this bead on the line. I'm going to string all 4 beads on the line. This is 4 flower beading, and this is what we are going to start with. So I put 4 beads on the line, and I'm going to hold the last bead and go through with my other line and pull like this. This is how it's looking like. Okay, 4. Now on each line I'm putting one bead on each line, and I'm going to cross both ends of my line into the third one and pull. They are sharing one in common. This is 4 flower beading, so we are adding 3 3 3 to it like this. Okay, we have 2 done. Now on each line add 1 1 again on each line, then cross both ends of your line into the third bead and pull. Now we have 3 done. Okay, you see how it looks like. This is 3 flowers. Okay, 1 2 3. Now I want you to hold it like this. Pull both ends together like this, and hold one end of your line. Put 1 bead on it. I'm going to add 1 bead to my line like this. Okay, now go through the second edge bead. Okay, the pointy one at the top, go through it. This line, go through this bead like this. See how I did it? Now pull. Then you have something like this. Okay, then you have both ends of your line together. Now take 1 bead, cross both ends of your line into it and pull. Then you have something square like this. All 4 beads will be on top. So this line, I'm adding 3 beads to it, and I'm going to cross the last bead with the other line and pull. So I'm going to go through this line into the next bead. So these 4 over here, the top 4, that's what we are working with. So I'm going to go through this one. Okay, go through 1. Now add 2 bead. Okay, I'm adding 2 bead. I'm going to go through the next one, this one, to the next one. This line, add 2 bead. I'm going to go to the last one. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through this one and pull it through the side one too, because there are 3 over there. You pull it through 1, and this is the second one. Okay, now our line is in 3 bead, and now we need only 1 bead to complete that row. You see how it looks like? This is how we are going to continue. This is the technique we are going to use in this weaving. Okay, so we are going to work with the top 4 bead. That's what we are going to work with. Now our line is here, it's in 1 bead, so add 3 bead to the line. now this line into the next bead. Weave to the direction that works for you, okay? Okay, this line into the next bead. 2 bead. Now we complete this. I'm going to go through this line into this bead and this one. Into this bead and pull. Now add 1 bead, cross both ends of your line into it and pull. Like this. Now we are going to work again with the top bead. I'll show you again, okay? So this line, 3 bead. I add 3 bead to my line, cross and pull. Now this line into the next bead. I add 2 bead to my line, cross the last one and pull. Now the next bead into the next bead. I'm going to cross into the next bead, 2 bead, cross and pull. Now we are in the last bead. I'm going to this one and the side bead. I'm going to go through the last bead, that's the 4th one on top. Then I'm coming up through the side bead over here. Now the bead that we need, number of bead 1 to complete that row. I hope you get it. So I'm doing it again. Let's try one more time and see. Okay, so 3 into the next bead, 2 bead. Then I'm going to go through the next one, 2 bead. Now I'm going to go to the last one and the side one. So go through this and the side bead. And the number of bead you need is only 1. Cross both ends of your line into the bead and pull. Like this. So again, we are going to work with the top 4. To add 3, go to the next bead, 2 bead. Into the next bead, 2 bead. Go through the next and the side bead. And the number of bead that you need is only 1 bead. Cross and pull. So this is how we are going to weave and continue until we make 11 rows, okay? When you count the rows, it's going to be 11. This is firm and strong. This is a very solid weave that we are going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? I'm going to make 5 more on it. Okay, now I'm back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I made 11. That's 11 rows that I made. And now I'm going to go through my last bead. I'm going to go through this bead. This line, I'm going to add 1 bead like this. Then I'm going to hold my line and go to the side bead. Come through the side bead. Okay, like this. You see where I'm putting my line through? This one, this bead is coming through this bead. So now what we are going to do is to lock our line, this line, into this bead. Okay, we are going to lock it in that bead. So I'm pulling my line through that bead. like this. Now we have two lines in the same bead. Okay, we lock our line over there. That's what we have. Now we are going to work with this top 4 bead over here and go straight and not to curve. Okay, we are not going to do it to curve, but we are going to work with this 4 and go and move forward. So we're going to go straight. Don't do it and curve. We are going to do it on this 4. So start with the 4. I'm adding 3 to my line, cross and pull. Now into the next bead, add 2 bead, 2 bead. I'm going through my next bead again, and I'm adding 2 bead to my line. We are using the same technique throughout the entire weave. Okay, so I'm going to go through this one and the side bead like how we did for the previous weave. The same thing we are going to repeat over here. I'm going through the side one too, into the bead. Now the number of bead we need here is only 1. Then we start another roll again. This is how it start to look like. Okay, now I'm going to add this line 3 bead. I'm going to start another roll again, 3 bead into the next bead, 2 bead, into the next bead, 2 bead. Okay, I picked 2 bead. I'm just repeating, doing over and over again whatever we start with. I'm going to the middle bead, now the side bead, and I'm going to add 1 bead to my line and complete this row. I'm going to start another roll again. I add 3 bead to my line. I'm working with the top 4 bead. Okay, into the next, I add 2 bead to my line, into the next bead, 2 bead, going through the last one, this one and the one on the side. So the number of bead I need is 1 bead. Crossing my line into this bead and pull. One bead. Okay, I add 1 bead over here. So this is how the weave is looking like. Now we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to do 11 for this one too, like how we did for the first one. Now that we complete with 11, so from here to here, this one to 11, and now we are going to continue again on this 4 bead. Okay, this 4. This is what we are going to start with, and this is my line. I'm going to pull through this bead over here. So we are going to work with that top 4 over there, this bead. Okay, I put my line through that bead, and we are going to work with the top 4 bead and go forward. Now we're going to go forward. I add 3 bead to my line. I'm going to go to the next bead, and I'll be adding 2 bead, cross and pull this line into the next bead. I add 2 bead to my line. I'm going to go through the last bead and the one on the side, and the number of bead I need here is only 1 bead. I'm crossing both ends of my line into it and pull, and this is how it's looking like. Okay, so I'm starting new row. I add 3 bead to my line, into the next bead, 2 bead, I'm going to go to the next again, 2 bead, into the next and the side bead, this one and the one on the side. I'm adding 1 bead to my line, and this is how it's looking like. Okay, so we are going to go ahead, build on this one and make the same length as we make for the first one. So we build on this and turn over here to meet this one over here. Okay, this is how it's looking like. This is how you start, and when you turn, you're gonna go forward, build on it, come here. We are going to make 9. Okay, we are going to make 9 over here, and this is how it's looking like. So here it looks, this is how it's look like. Complete the side. Now I turn 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So I make 9 steps over here. That's 9 steps I made over there, and I'm going to show you how we're going to join it on this one. So I cut my fresh line. I'm going to add 1 bead to my line. I'm going to pull my line through these 2 beads over here. This is the first one. I'm going to hold this one and pull my line through the edge one over here too, on the other side. This is how it's looking like this. You have it like this. You see these 2 beads, I pull my line through it. Okay, then you pull together. I'm going to take another bead, cross both ends of my line into it and pull like this, then turn. I'm going to pull my line through this line into this bead. I pull my line through this one, pull the left, pull it through that bead, pull. So what we are going to do now, take 1 bead, cross both ends of your line into it and pull like this. Now the line into this bead, this line into the other bead. I pull my line through this one. I'm going to go through this one. I'm going to take, this is how our line is looking like. Okay, take 1 bead, cross both ends of your line into it and pull like this. And now we have to lock the line, so I'm going to pull it through the next bead under that, pull it through, and this one under it, the left side, you pull it through. Now cross into this one and lock the line, the back bead, cross into it and lock it. Or if you like, just weave the rest of the line into the bead and pull. This is how it's looking like. Weave the rest of the line and then trim it off. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to weave the rest of this line into the bead and trim it off. And this is how our square beaded handle is looking like. And this is the half one. If you don't want to make the full one, you can make it halfway. Very simple and easy to make. Okay, if you don't like full one, you can make it halfway to attach to your bag. And I have here the pink and the blue. They all look beautiful. So this is what I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.